Looking down. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will go ahead and call the regular council meeting for the month of May to order and turn it over to Councilman Brown for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Thank you all for being here to help us out tonight. Heavenly Father, Almighty God, I thank you for the many blessings that you bestowed on the town of Somerville and its governing body. Again tonight, I ask you to bestow wisdom and holy love upon the residents of Somerville and protect our public safety leadership so they can keep us safe. Please keep our fire department and the police department from harm because they are the front line for us. Tonight, I ask you to give us wisdom in your decision-making and continue to bless the town of Somerville. Amen.
Amen.
Now for the pledge. To the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, a nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, we're gonna pass it back.
Yeah. If I can have Sterling Green and Jared Tiedemann up.
Let's see. Jared.
It is with great pride and appreciation that we recognize Sterling Green and Jared Tiedemann for their outstanding achievement in successfully passing the required building inspection examinations. This accomplishment reflects Sterling's and Jared's dedication to professional growth, commitment to excellence, and determination to uphold the highest standards in the field of building inspection. Their hard work and perseverance have equipped them with the expertise necessary to ensure the safety, integrity, and compliance of structures within our community. As valued members of our team, Jared and Sterling demonstrate the qualities of true professionals, bringing knowledge, skill, and diligence to their roles every day. Their contributions play a vital part in maintaining safe and structurally sound environments for all, and we commend Sterling's and Jared's continued efforts in making a meaningful impact. Congratulations on this well-earned achievement. We are proud to have y'all as part of our organization.
Make a couple quick comments. You know, when you think of public safety, you don't always think about the building inspectors that are part of this town. But that's a vital role when it comes to the safety of our citizens and those who visit here. So I really appreciate these two gentlemen and taking their jobs seriously and seeking professional advancement through your certification. So well done. Congratulations. Thank you.
And Jared and Sterling, if y'all can come back up here with the rest of the building department.
I don't smell that bad.
Whereas the town of Somerville is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and essential role that our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play, both in everyday life and when disasters strike. And whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our code officials, who assure us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to our prosperity. Now therefore, Mayor Russ Tutchberry and the Somerville Town Council do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Building Safety Month.
I'll just say real quick, Ms. Rebecca Brown, what an exceptional leader she is over this crew. And thank you all for your dedication and excellence in our town. Thank you.
If I can have the members of the Somerville senior basketball teams come up. Whereas these exceptional adult basketball teams proudly represented Somerville in the South Carolina Senior Games this year, demonstrating remarkable athleticism, sportsmanship, and dedication to lifelong fitness. And whereas the Somerville 70-plus women's basketball team displayed extraordinary perseverance and competitive spirit by winning the gold medal, triumphing twice over a younger 55-plus team, and proving that age is no barrier to excellence. And whereas the Somerville 55-plus women's basketball team and the men's 50-plus basketball team both exhibited impressive teamwork and resilience, earning the silver medal and the bronze medal respectively, and bringing pride to their community through their performance. And whereas all participating athletes embodied the true spirit of the Senior Games, commitment, camaraderie, and pursuit of excellence at every age. Now therefore, Mayor Russ Tutchberry and the Somerville Town Council do hereby resolve to honor the Somerville Seniors basketball teams.
Jersey, I didn't frame it because we're gonna come out and play with it.
Oh. They just want to beat me.
You're over 40,
They
right?
want to. Yes, ma'am. So how many of y'all knew that we had 3-on-3 senior basketball superstars in the town of Somerville?
It's
Me
the first,
neither.
it's the very first for South Carolina.
It's outstanding. And if you noted, our 70-plus team was whooping up on some 50-year-olds. Isn't that outstanding? Well, I appreciate y'all for elevating the brand of Somerville and projecting our excellence in other spaces. So thank y'all.
Thank Amy for letting us have, Ron Dennis.
Amy, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah. thank you for helping.
Next, if I could have the members of the Public Works Department, including engineering, streets, stormwater, maintenance.
Where do you want to say?
Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Somerville. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services cannot be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals, who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Somerville to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the high standards of service and excellence upheld by Somerville's public works team reflect the town's values of integrity, accountability, and public service, now therefore Mayor Russ Tutchberry and the Somerville Town Council do hereby proclaim May 18th to the 24th, 2025 National Public Works Week.
I just want to let you know that this team is the best in the business from my perspective. There are so many items that get tossed my way via text message and email or phone call. And as soon as I send it to this group, they're on it, investigating it, finding the source. And I just greatly appreciate what y'all do for our citizens, what you do for the town's resiliency, and what you do for all of us. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah. But it wasn't well the other day.
Sorry. And last but not least, Dale Robertson.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Good to see you.
Whereas Dale Robertson has faithfully and diligently served the town of Somerville for 16 years, beginning his career in 2009 in the Parks and Recreation Department and completing projects such as maintenance of Azalea Park and the Sawmill Branch Trail, as well as construction of the Oak Brook Nature Trail facility. And whereas in 2015, Dale transitioned to the town's engineering department, where he continued to demonstrate professionalism, teamwork, and dedication to the town's mission of providing high-quality public service. And whereas Dale's efforts in both departments have positively impacted countless projects, supported community development, and exemplified the values of public service through his reliability and knowledge. And whereas Dale Robertson is retiring in 2025, concluding a remarkable 16-year tenure with the town of Somerville, leaving a legacy of hard work, integrity, and commitment to the betterment of the community. And whereas in an email written to his supervisor, Dale received praise for his professionalism, responsiveness, and consistent commitment to quality, while also demonstrating a collaborative and solutions-oriented approach to projects. Now, therefore, Mayor Touchberry and the Somerville Town Council resolve to hereby honor Dale Robertson and hereby congratulate him on the occasion of his retirement and extend best wishes for health, happiness, and fulfillment in the years to come.
Outstanding work. Madam Clerk, would you come join us, please? It may not look as good as the ones you produced, but we
This
didn't
is
want you to know.
what you last month?
Yes.
I know I'm not Beth, but bear with me. Whereas the office of professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and a vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of professional municipal clerk, the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the professional municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the professional municipal clerk. Now, therefore, I, Russ Touchberry, Mayor of the Town of Somerville, South Carolina, do recognize the week of May 4th through 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend the appreciation to our professional municipal clerk, Beth Meservy, to all the professional municipal clerks for their vital service they perform and their dedication to the communities they represent.
I think, yes. It's right there, that we prefer our, no, I'm just like, Beth, thank you. You've worked with multiple mayors, you've worked, with multiple council members, and you do your job with excellence. And she continues to grow as a professional, and, one day, I think we'll all be working for Beth one day, you know? Thank you so much for all you do for the town.
Next, we have a presentation by Keys to Change. Jenny Vicini.
Good evening, Mayor and council people. Gia, stand up for a minute. This is what happens when you've only been working for Keys to Change for 2 weeks. You get to stand up here with me and do the clicker. 1 month? It's been a fast 1 month. Thank you all so much for giving us this evening to speak to you. And before I start, I am Jenny Vicini, the Executive Director of Keys to Change. I'm speaking on behalf of Keys to Change, and I need to recognize some wonderful people that are here with us. And so at this point, Board of Directors of Keys to Change, would you please stand? Thank you. Staff. We have Gia and Belle and Kristen, and then our other supporters, guests. Thank you, gentlemen. They're what makes us all work. So we are going to click. And so who are we? I think most of you know, you all have a packet too. Formerly DCCO, we are now Keys to Change. We rebranded last year and we have our 2 houses, Lighthouse, which used to be known as Hope's House, and Anchor House, which was Home of Hope. 16 men are served at the Anchor House and 8 women. And our mission is what it's been since 2015. We are here in this community to provide shelter, support services, and a pathway to independence for our guests. So we do celebrate our 10 years in Somerville this year. It's a pretty exciting time. The Lighthouse opened in 2019. We have served over 1,000 men and women in this community since we opened. We say this every time we speak to groups, all of our community members, we are, and I'm sure you all know this, we are the only provider of homeless services, shelter and services in Dorchester County. That's pretty significant. We have a great responsibility and we take it, I think all of you all know, with a great sense of responsibility as well as a great sense of pride. What we do is really a cost-saving community solution. Our programs relieve strain on emergency services, on law enforcement and healthcare systems, and we produce measurable outcomes. It's always about numbers and demographics and things like that, and that is very true. But at the end of the day, we're very much in this community to help solve other community issues. And so now, one of the things that creates homelessness more often than not are, economic issues. And when we look at the men and women that we serve, the reality is that many come to us making far less than $21 an hour, which is the average hourly rate you need to be able to make in order to afford rent in Dorchester County. These numbers are pretty accurate. Somebody said to me, I can't find a modest 2-bedroom for $1,588. So I don't know. That's the figures we came up with. But in all seriousness, this disparity makes it a huge challenge for our men and women to secure and maintain stable housing. That's what we strive to do. If they're coming in and only making $15 an hour, it's their responsibility and their desire and their goal to obtain a salary, an hourly rate, so that they can move out and be able to afford and maintain housing. So, and that is a very important focus of our organization, as you know. It's introducing opportunities for them to set goals that not only help their self-awareness, but also to prepare them to become financially stable. So the town of Somerville has always been supportive. Last year, we received 250,000 for our new men's facility out on Miles Jamison. If you haven't been out and drove by, it is coming to fruition. I had some pictures, but then I realized that every week it's developing. And so hopefully in September, we will have that. We also received CDBG funds this year, just as you all are wondering how much might come to each community across the country. So we are always grateful for that. But we are respectfully requesting $100,000 in operational support. That's about 3 months of our program cost. And that would help in our sustaining our staffing services and the stability of the organization. Just for the record, we have and are making the same requests of the Dorchester County government. So the economic and social return on this investment, I've already mentioned the reduction in the use of emergency rooms and law enforcement, detention facilities. That doesn't necessarily represent every person that comes to us is in some way enmeshed in one of those public services. But if somebody's left on the streets without a roof over their head, the likelihood of one of those three or all three of those social systems, public systems, could be called upon to engage with someone who is experiencing homelessness. We also are providing the opportunity for individuals to return to employment, to reduce dependency on other social programs and contribute economically. We have taxpayers that have left our houses, are living in Somerville, and are contributing to the economy. And we're very, very proud of those that make it to that point. I think everybody knows, people have a perception of homeless individuals as being some sort of threat. What we're doing is we're giving the community a sense of stability. If we have people who are on the streets struggling, we are bringing them in to help them address the root causes of homelessness and in return, making our neighbors feel safer. And every dollar invested in a support program like ours is savings for public crisis response. So the solution. So 70% of our funding comes from competitive and unstable private grant sources. We are not dependent on any HUD grants, federal grants. We are sustained and have been very generously sustained by small community local grants, and then also 23% from our private donors. And that's the faith community, that's individuals, that's, Somerville, as you all well know, is an extraordinarily generous community. So 23% doesn't sound like a lot, but it's kept our doors open since 2015, and we hope to see that increase as well. But we all know that those figures ebb and flow. We have not received consistent funding from the town of Somerville or Dorchester County since we've been open. And so that is a great need, and in essence, a part of this appeal we have tonight with you. We do know, and we see our neighbors, Charleston, investing millions of dollars in homeless services and affordable housing. And we aren't Charleston. So we are growing. Somerville, I've been here for about 3 years now. I've watched the growth at an incredible pace. What we can do to help Somerville and what we can do to partner with you is if we address homelessness and the other issues that contribute to homelessness together, we're not going to have to invest millions of dollars in homeless services. So we really want Somerville and we want Dorchester County to invest in us so that we don't have the challenges that other communities who grow at the rate we're growing. So a shared investment today means a stronger, more stable community in the future. So we can stabilize our staffing and service capacity, we can sustain our housing, and we can ensure long-term community benefits and cost savings. We also know, and I'm sure that many of you, I know that the mayor has, and probably all of you council members have, there are a lot of other emerging needs. Homeless families. There are individuals who are experiencing homelessness that we cannot receive in the current model that we offer. We want to be that, for lack of a better word, hub to reach out, to be responsive to those needs. But we need to be a stable organization in order to expand and attract more dollars. I can tell you that if we get the backing of our local and county government, we would be able, far more likely to leverage additional funds from other resources than we are right now. Thank you all for your leadership and for listening to me. They always know I get a little emotional because I've been doing this for too long. But you know, homelessness is not like a permanent condition. It's not a disease. And some people I hear say, well, some people just don't want to be housed. Nobody chooses that. They might have the mindset of it. We have received men and women in our shelters who never thought that once they got there that they actually would leave and move into a place of their own and keep it, for a year, 2 years afterwards and go to work every day. So it's a powerful, powerful thing to watch happen. And what you have, this model is very, very unique. And so the resilience and the dignity that we're helping individuals find is pretty incredible. And we hope that you all will continue to work with us and be responsive to this need. We have some individuals in here tonight that are getting ready to move out into an apartment community, and I just can't tell you how proud I am, and I'm just grateful to have been here tonight. Questions, answers, I don't know if you all do that at this point in time or not.
Council members, any questions or comments? I want to let you know how much I appreciate what y'all do for our community. And I know that it is very targeted in your model. However, y'all are extremely successful from the data that y'all have shared with us, and I appreciate what y'all do in the town of Somerville and Dorchester County. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I just echo exactly what he says. I think y'all are doing a great job and we all appreciate that. I did want to ask, are you requesting the same 100,000 from the county?
I'm asking 500. No, yes,
Okay.
I am asking the exact amount from the
Okay.
county.
And have they given you an answer yet on that?
No, they have a form. It's called a outside agency request form. And I filled that out, completed it, and I know that they're reviewing those this week, or is it next week? Next week.
Thank you. That's all.
And I appreciate you all giving an audience to us because I haven't been invited to do that yet with the county. But I haven't given up either. All right, thank you all
thank you,
so
ladies.
much. Appreciate you.
And thank you, board members and staff and guests.
Next, we have approval of minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I would move for approval of items A, B, and C with the following amendments. Amendment to the May 5th Finance Committee needs to read, make a motion to give approval for the town administrator to sign an agreement with Edifice to complete the pre-construction phase for the new public safety complex in the amount of $168,400. And the second amendment to the minutes is for the April 22nd special council meeting, which will change 30% to 3% on page 2.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes A, B, and C, with B and C being amended as stated. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
For public comment for items on the May 8th agenda, Peter Gorman.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. We have an American Pope. Will miracles never cease? 2,000 years. I want to comment on item 10, the proposed budget. Included in the departmental budget for building inspections and codes is a proposed amount of $1,029,000. This is almost a full percentage point below the current year budget. It is also one of only 3 department budgets of 15 showing a reduction rather than an increase. Residents of our historic district have appeared here numerous times to complain about lack of code enforcement, inconsistent enforcement, and political interference with efforts by staff to enforce our codes. I have received confirmation from several FOIA requests that document these claims. Not only are there contradictory enforcement efforts among code staff, planning, and legal departments, there appears to be legal efforts to undermine and frustrate enforcement of favored businesses. Council members meeting privately with defendants and proposing UDO amendments to cure their legal problems just make things worse. This has fostered an attitude of better to seek forgiveness than permission, making a whole new set of problems for code enforcement. When neighbors of a B&B observe new code violations that threaten to harm and endanger them, we are told by the town attorney that we have no right to meet with the town prosecutor to present such evidence. Prosecutors are legally obligated to collect evidence from victims, but we are told that we are not victims and therefore have no standing with the court. When we report illegal occupancies on upper floors of a 150-year-old B&B and electrical work done without permits, the fire marshal tells us to report it to code enforcement, which completes the circle of finger pointing. The town has the legal authority to suspend, fine, and cancel business licenses when code violations are recorded. Yet we see every effort made by the town attorney and prosecutor to give unlimited time and court continuances for the violations to be cured. Months ago, we said to you we would support the addition of a code enforcement supervisor. That does not appear to be the case in this current budget, the proposed budget. We ask that you reconsider our request and add this position to improve code enforcement. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I don't have any more public comments for item on the May 8th agenda. Moving on to petitions.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to postpone items 8A and 8B until the applicant is ready.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to postpone items A and B until the applicant is ready. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
For pending bills and resolutions, second and final reading of an ordinance to rezone TMS number 13010000074, located at 917 West 5th North Street, totaling approximately 0.27 acres and owned by Willie Jamison, from NMX Neighborhood Mixed Use to NR Neighborhood Residential.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to postpone this item until a resolution of a court case involving this property is complete.
Second.
All right, motion and a second to postpone until the legal matter is resolved. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to grant an easement across TMS number 13010000110 for utility lines at the Maple Street Extension Project.
I so move, Mr. Mayor. A second.
All right, motion and a second for second and final reading. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Under introduction of bills and resolutions, first reading of an ordinance to adopt an operating budget for the town of Somerville for fiscal year 2025 to 2026.
I make a motion to approve that.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion?
Just want to thank the staff, everyone for working together on this budget. This was a great budget cycle that we all went through and worked together, and I think everyone did a great job. And I'm really pleased with it. There's just a couple things I wanted to talk about before next council meeting. But overall, I think this is a great budget. So thank you all for helping us get here.
Yeah, let me second that by thanking staff for the process. The request from our departments was about $4 million more than what the available funds were. So working together through several budget meetings, we're able to almost fit everybody's needs. So good job by all.
I'll echo those comments, council members. Excellent job. And I really like the process. So thank you. With that, we'll go ahead and call for the question. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Next, under miscellaneous, the authorization to enter into a contract in the amount of $60,000 with Berkeley Charleston Dorchester Council of Governments for the comprehensive plan update as required by law. Funds to come from budgeted planning funds.
I make a motion, we approve that expenditure.
And second,
All right, motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Mayor Touchberry to appoint an ad hoc committee to review candidates and make recommendations for part-time associate judge positions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I spoke with staff and our municipal judge about this. And instead of all of us being involved, I thought an ad hoc committee would be the most prudent from a time standpoint. And I would like to pull together Mayor Pro Tem Garten, Councilman Waring, along with Deputy Chief Hirsch, our prosecutor Jillian, and Mandy in the court's office. And that would be 5 folks to review the applicants for the associate judges and make a recommendation to council for final approval.
Item C, approval of changes to license with the Somerville Girls Softball League. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move this item to full council for further discussion at its meeting on May 5th, 2025.
I make a motion, we move this till June.
Mr. Mayor.
All right, motion and a second to move this to the June regular council meeting. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
Item D, authorization for staff to pursue easement for culverts and ditch at 132 Tupper Lane. The Public Works and Committee on Water Supply voted to move this item to full council with a recommendation for approval at its meeting on May 5th, 2025.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second for approval. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
For public comment, I have Linda Wetzel.
My name is Linda Wetzel and I reside at 108 Atlantic Street. I want to thank the stormwater crew for keeping our ditches clean on Atlantic Street from the debris. There is a problem. I used to go to Hutchinson Square and sit and read or walk around the park. It is impossible. Someone is training dogs and the stench from those dogs are ridiculous. I've been attacked at the farmer's market. We do not need dogs at the farmer's market. All I was doing was standing up, talking to a vendor, trying to get some stuff, and these dogs were under my clothes. This is ridiculous. I know people, you love your dogs, but I love my life. I've been attacked by dogs several times, and this is not right. Mr. Mayor, we do not need dogs at the farmer's market. The dogs, little dogs fighting the big dogs, people pulling them apart. But when I was standing up, just standing up, buying some stuff, the dog's under my clothes. The lady couldn't even control the dog on a leash. But this is not fair. Something has to be done. Dogs do not belong at a farmer's market, sniffing and licking up food and stuff like that. Keep your dogs at home. This is not a place for them. And I'm sorry, I need protection on, not protection, we need protection on Atlantic Street. We got speeders, we need speed bumps. I've asked to have police to patrol our area. None. I haven't seen a policeman on Atlantic Street, Somerville police on Atlantic Street, and I don't know how long. We got people coming in there at night, dumping trash on vacant lots, pushing it way back where the town won't pick it up. This is a problem. You got neighbors there who they're dumping the trash on the side of the road. They don't pick it up. I have to call code enforcement every time to get them to come pick up their trash. I know I'm just one person from Atlantic Street, but nobody else cares because you treat us different. Because we've been here several times, not you with you, Mr. Mayor, the other mayors. Nothing has been done. But if we paying for police protection, they need to be on that street. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I do not have anyone else for public comment. Number 2, moving on to executive session.
Mayor, I move we enter executive session to discuss personnel matters related to the Board of Zoning Appeals and discussion of negotiations incident to propose contractual arrangements related to the Nexon Development Agreement.
I'll second that, Mr. Mayor.
All right, we have a motion and a second to go into executive session for personnel matters related to the BZA and discussion of negotiations incident to propose contractual arrangements related to the Nexton Developer Agreement. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are in executive session.